particular. Today, I'm going to show you how to create this starter base that I designed. I designed it using blocks that you can find in the plains biome, and only the plains biome. I wanted a challenge, and I thought this would be a fun one. So apparently, when you generate this single plains biome world, you get rivers in there as well, which is actually really great because, well, the plains biome doesn't have much to work with. Really, the only trees that grow are oak trees, and I don't know why I thought there'd be birch trees, but there aren't. It's just oak. So we have a very limited palette to work with. So here are the building blocks I use in this world. The top row, obviously, it was going to be oak. The middle row is a bunch of stone. Obviously, stone will generate in this world, but I didn't want to use too much of it because I feel like that's kind of a cop-out. The last 4 blocks are a hay bale, white terracotta, yellow concrete, and yellow wool. These are all things that you can actually find in this world because sand and gravel will generate here because of the rivers. So you can make your terracotta and your concrete that way. Hay bales, I guess they kind of come anywhere there's grass, so we can use that as well. And there's a bunch of sheep around. I chose to go with white and yellow because the nearby village that I build by uses those same colors. Well, I guess the first thing to do to get started is to find a place to build. And if you're working in the plains biome, that should be really easy. There's tons of space to build. I found a spot, and this is the footprint of the build. It's basically 3 7x7 squares where the front square is offset to the right by 1 block. With that, we can get started putting down some blocks. On each of those black wool blocks, we're going to put down an oak log. The oak is going to act like the trim of this house. Starting on the front of the base, we're going to come to each of these oak logs and we're going to pillar up 4 more oak logs. That means that these pillars are going to be 5 tall each. Once all 4 pillars are 5 tall, we're going to connect them at the top with more oak logs. There should be 5 oak logs in between each of these oak log pillars. Let's come to the back and do the same thing we did in the front, except this time instead of going up 4 more blocks, we're only going to go 3 more blocks up. So the back is going to be 4 tall where the front was 5 tall. And notice that we're going to connect these pillars the same way we did in the front, but only on these 3 sides. Now we can focus on the front of the build. We can actually fill in the front part of the wall with cobblestone and leave a little hole in there for the door. We'll come back later to texture it. If we come around the side, this will also be cobblestone, and we're going to leave in 2 windows, holes for 2 windows, just like this. The other side will do the exact same. For the back of the build, I'm going to punch out all of these wool blocks, and I'm going to replace them with cobblestone. That's because this back room is going to be 1 block lower than the front room. I'm going to leave 1 hole on the left there for a doorway out to the back. And then we're going to add another row of cobblestone right on top of that, again, leaving a hole for the door. The walls here now, we're going to use some stripped oak. And I'm going to leave that doorway, and then I'm also going to leave a window on this wall. The back wall is going to be completely stripped oak logs, and then the wall on the right is going to have 2 windows in it, like this. For this front room, we could dig out all this grass, and we could replace it with oak planks. This will be the floor for the front room. Like I mentioned before, the back room is going to be 1 block lower than the front room, or at least most of it is. We can get rid of all this grass, and we're going to put like this L shape of oak planks, and right there we're going to have an oak log, acting kind of like a banister, and then we'll wrap around those oak planks with the oak stairs, and that's how we get down. Following the pattern that I do, you could put down a bunch of furnaces. Putting them in the floor like this looks really nice. It's also really efficient because it doesn't take up much space. Everywhere there isn't a furnace, put down some cobblestone and switch out that black wool for an oak log. Returning to the front room, we're going to work on the ceiling now. We're just going to put really simple, some oak logs going across the top like so. And on the ends, on the edges of the walls here, we're going to put oak planks just like this. That top left corner though is going to stay open. In between the planks, we're going to put oak slabs. That hole that we left is for a ladder, so we can get up to the 2nd floor. Now that we're on the 2nd floor, we're going to continue these oak columns up 4 more blocks. For the back of the build, we can have the same sort of design we just did. We'll skip one block, and then we'll make some rows of these oak logs. And in between those oak logs, we'll put some oak slabs. No planks this time, just slabs, all the way across. Then you can place 3 oak stairs centered on that back room there. That'll let us get up and down from the front to the back. Coming to this side of the builds, we're going to start working on the balcony. We can alternate. We could put every other block is going to have an oak log so that there's 3 of them, just like this. And we can do the same thing on the front because the balcony is going to wrap around that side into the front. Where there isn't an oak log, we're going to put some upside down stairs. And that's going to create the entire floor of the balcony. And it's going to wrap all the way around these 2 sides of the build. The second story of the front of the build is going to be white terracotta. You can leave 2 holes like I did for doors on the left and the front part of the build. That's how you get out to the balcony. For the left side, we're going to have a door and we're going to have a 2 tall window, just like I did here. The front of the build is going to be 1 block lower, 1 block shorter, so it's only going to be 3 tall. It's going to have a door and a window, but this window is only going to be 1 block. The right wall here is going to be a larger window, 2x3 or 3x2, I don't know how you think about it, but just like this. Really simple. This is what it should look like. Turning our attention to the back wall, we're going to add a column 4 high of white terracotta, and then right next to it is going to be a column of oak logs. That column is going to connect at the top to make an archway to the other oak column, just like this. For the back of the builds, all the walls will be stripped oak logs. We can come back later and texture them, but for now, I'm just using the stripped oak. I would texture them with planks eventually, but I leave a hole there on the second block for a doorway out into our porch, because we're going to have one of those as well, and we have 2 windows in this build. Then we're going to have a row of stripped oak logs going across. It's going to be 1 block in, so it's actually going to make up part of the ceiling, but we're not going to go all the way to the end. We're going to leave 1 block open. So for the back wall, we're going to fill pretty much everything in, but we're going to have a 2x3 window in the back, just like this. I'm going to add in some temporary blocks to help me finish up this window. I want all the logs to be facing the same direction, but once you're done, it should look like this. It looks a little bit off right now, but it will fix it when we add that last wall. This final wall is going to have 3 windows in it. And just like we did on the other side, we'll add a row of the stripped oak logs, and that'll give us 3 blocks of space to work with. In that center block, you guessed it, another row of stripped oak blocks. And then all that's left is putting down the slabs in between the logs, and now we have a ceiling. Now we can come back to the front room, and on the oak log pillar, we can put down a ladder. The ceiling for the front room here is going to have the same design as the ceiling that we just made in this back room. We're going to have the stripped oak logs going across with 1 in between, and in between them, we're going to put the oak slabs. Coming up to the 3rd floor, we can continue the pattern, bringing the stripped oak logs out by 1 block, and then in between them, putting down some full oak planks, like so. To block off this pattern in the front, we're going to put down some stairs going across it, but we're going to alternate, where one stair is going to be a regular stair, and then the next one is going to be upside down. So you have stair, upside down, and stair. And on the ends of those 2 stairs at the ends, we'll put 2 more upside down stairs, and then in the very center, we'll put a trapdoor to make a little design. Let's focus now on the back porch. We're going to put an oak log coming out from the stripped oak log horizontally. Underneath that log will be a plank, and underneath that will be upside down stairs. To create like an archway, we'll put another upside down stairs, and on top of that upside down stairs, a regular stair. Then we're going to cover up that plank with this oak log. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side to make this neat little archway. This pillar is going to have to be 5 tall, and at the very top, we're going to attach the horizontal oak log so that it mirrors the other side. Then underneath that oak log will be oak planks, and underneath the planks will be the upside down stairs. And then we're going to connect to that slab that we put in the middle, the upside down stairs, and add more stairs on top of it, and we get this cool archway. We want to repeat that for the other two sides. Dropping down here, we're going to finish off these columns by adding another stair to each of them. The ones that are connected to the wall, I kind of face in to make them like, turned. But we want it to look like this. That way we can actually lay down these stripped oak logs across them to give it a little bit of a structural feel. This creates the floor for the porch and the ceiling for whatever you would call this room. Continuing upwards, we could put down some stone brick walls, and on top of that, some oak fences. Going across the oak fences, we're going to put some stone brick stairs. This is going to be the beginning of our roof. On the back of the stone brick stairs, we could, on the edges, put upside down stone brick stairs to kind of make up the trim. And then in between that, we can alternate with upside down oak stairs and oak slabs, just like this. On top of the upside down stone brick stairs, we're going to put some stone brick slabs. Then in between that, we're going to put some oak slabs. Then we're going to connect this part of the roof to the build using 4 stone bricks. Let's create a little bit of support by adding some stone brick stairs. And then in between them, we're going to alternate with oak slabs and upside down stairs. It's actually the opposite design to the design on the left. For this part of the roof, we're going to put down, 1 block down from the top, an upside down stair, and next to it a slab. And we're going to redo the same sort of pattern on the other side of this window. Except this time, there's going to be a slab on either side of the stairs. On top of the upside down stair, we're going to put down a chiseled stone brick, and we're going to alternate between that and some stone brick stairs. We'll do something similar on the other side, but we're going to start with a chiseled stone brick on the oak pillar and then alternate in the same way with stone brick stairs. In the front, for each of these stairs, we can add another stair coming out the side. Returning to the back porch's roof, we're going to add a stone brick here and a stripped oak log here. Then we're going to continue the pattern that we already see on the floor. At the very end there's stripped oak logs, then it becomes oak planks, then stripped oak logs, oak planks, stripped oak logs, and we're going to do oak planks again, and then one more of stripped oak logs. And then this last one is going to have 2 oak planks on the ends, and the center one is going to be a plank that is down. It's on the bottom part. So it's like you're stepping down there. On the back of the build here, we can finish this wall by adding more stripped oak logs. Again, you can change these out for like oak planks eventually or whatever you want to texture them with, but I'm just keeping it simple for now. We can finish off the roof on this side as well, just by very simply putting the stone brick stairs across. And we're going to have it go overhang by 1 block. We can come back to our balcony and we could add alternating, so underneath each of the stone brick stairs, we'll put a stone brick slab. We also want to put a stone brick slab there in the corner and at the very ends of this row of stone bricks. Coming back on the porch, we could put a stone brick slab right up against this stone brick stair so that it's kind of mirroring what's going on the other side. Returning to the 3rd story again, we can mirror what we see on the other side by adding a stair. Then on the back of that stair, we'll put some upside down stairs, and what we'll do is we'll have this pattern of stair, upside down stair, and then stone brick. I will repeat that twice. So here's the first stone brick, then we put stairs again, upside down stair, stair and upside down stair, and then on top of those upside down stairs is going to be 1 more stone brick, and then we're just going to finish out the top with these stairs. I like doing this sort of roof. It gives you a little bit of room in there, which we'll need because we're going to use it. And it gives a little bit of like a bell-shaped curve. It looks nice. When we get to the middle, we're going to do an upside-down stair just like that. And then I like to have this little ornament where I put a stair, and then I attach an upside-down stair, and then 2 slabs. Returning to the front, we're going to do the exact same pattern we did on the back. We already have the stairs, just like we did on the back. We add stone brick, then 2 more stairs, brick on this side, and then stairs and upside-down stair. And then on top of those upside-down stairs are going to be bricks, and then 2 more stairs. And then we're going to continue the pattern with the stairs up until we reach the center, and just like before, we're going to put upside-down stairs in between. I think I messed up here where I actually put a brick. We don't want that. I'm going to change it to a stair in a second. But then I also put the ornament that I usually do, the stair, upside-down stair, and slabs. Just like this. So now we're coming to the part of the roof that actually joins the 2 roofs together. This was kind of annoying to have to figure out, but start with 2 stone bricks and add 2 stone brick stairs on top of them. Where the ladder is coming up on that oak log, we're going to just put these stone bricks here. So there's 2 of them, and they're 3 high. And then along the other side, we're going to put just 1 stone brick there. So there's going to be 2 empty blocks there that eventually I'll put barrels in. But that's what it's going to look like. It's a little bit weird. This whole little area is weird. We're going to continue up the same sort of design with the stone brick stairs. Fill that in with the stone brick, and then continue up with upside down stone brick stairs. And at the top there, you see I'm putting stone bricks. That's a little bit different, but it's needed. It's necessary. To finish off this weird connection, we're going to go to the other side. You see this oak log that's there. We're going to put the stone brick here, and we're going to pillar up 4 stone bricks. And on the top of it, we're going to have an upside down stair on the right here that connects and makes this archway there. On this side of the oak, we're going to go up 3 stone bricks. And on the top of this stone brick, we're actually going to have a stair going in towards the roof, and an upside down stair just like that, and then a stair on top of it. And that kind of continues, that finishes off the roof pattern. And you see I added that other stone brick stair to make this archway there. That actually worked out pretty well. The last part of the skeleton of the roof that has to be done is this section. So we're going to pillar up 1, 2, 3, 4 stone bricks on each side. And to give a little bit of structure now, we're going to add some of the wall in. We're going to use white terracotta like we did before, and we're going to leave a big window in here, just like this. And on the other side, we're going to fill in 1, 2, 3, 4 across, all the way to the top. For this part of the roof, we're going to put a stair, and then an upside down stair, and then over the window itself will be 2 slabs. And then we're going to finish off the pattern with an upside down stair, regular stair, and then overhang 1 regular stair. You can sneak around here to put a slab underneath that overhanging stair. This back part of the roof will just be really simple. We're just going to go straight across with these stairs, and we're going to alternate underneath them with slabs. The shape of this final roof is really simple. It's just going to be stairs going straight up, meeting in the center. Now we're at the last tricky part of the roof. I had to come up with a way to connect the horizontal roof here that's going left to right to the roof that's going front to back. I add 2 stone bricks there, and then 1 across the way, and then put down stone brick stairs and connect that with the slab. I know, strange. On top of the stone bricks that are touching the stone stairs, I'm going to put some stone stairs going that direction, like kind of facing inwards. And then I'll put stone stairs upside down, attach to those, and then I kind of go up again like it's a roof. You know, it's actually the same level as the roof over the porch now. Then I add that decoration I like to do. This porch roof now should look like this. It's kind of small. You're going to put down on the bottom part of this block, connecting on the bottom part of the stairs, a bunch of slabs. On the very center one, put 1 more slab to make it a full block. Let's finish off the front roof. We're going to put down a stone brick on top of that oak log that's showing, and on top of that brick, we'll put down a stair, and then I'm going to put down a bunch of temporary blocks. The reason I'm doing this is we want to put down the hay now, the hay bales. The hay bales, I want them to kind of, the top of the block to face out just like this. And on top of the hay bales, we're going to alternate, we're going to have this pattern of slabs and trapdoors just like this. So we're going to do it on this side, and we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Let's get rid of all the temporary blocks and start on the second layer of the roof. This is going to be too high, and I'm going to start adding in the yellow concrete and the yellow wool. I'll add in a little bit of the hay as well to feel like it's creeping up like that. But yeah, the roofs we're going to do textured. And on the top of that second layer, we want to do the same sort of pattern. The final layer will only be one tall, and I'm going to mix in yellow concrete with yellow wool here. And then I'm going to continue that oak slab, oak trapdoor pattern. And on the center, we're just going to add some stone bricks going across, just like this. For this roof, we're going to put down temporary blocks just like we did last time, and I'm doing that so I can put down the hay bales the way I like them. This roof is going to be basically the exact same as the first roof we just made, except we have an odd number now, so the pattern that we do using the oak trapdoors and oak slabs is going to be different. But I textured this one too. The base of it is kind of what you're seeing. The base of the layers, the first one is hay, the second one is wool, the third one is going to be the concrete, but I just add in a little bit like that. And then instead of having to do slab, oak, trapdoor, slab, slab, trapdoor, slab, we can just alternate slab, trapdoor, slab, trapdoor, slab, trapdoor, just like what I'm showing you right now. And now we're on the final part of the roof. This part's actually going to have a window in it. We're going to put stripped oak logs just like this on the edges, and then behind them, 3 tall pillars of stripped oak log. On top of those pillars, we'll put down some slabs, and then I throw down some temporary blocks. These are hay bales. I'm going to do the same thing. It is still part of the roof. It's just a little bit different. We'll put the same sort of pattern that I was putting down on this part as well, but we'll be able to see out this part. It's fine. It won't really obstruct any views. On the interior, we'll put down an upside-down oak stair on the right pillar over there, and on the left here, we're going to fill in this wall with the stripped oak logs. Again, you can come back later to texture this. I know I am, but for now, I'm just keeping it stripped oak logs. Now we can return to the exterior and we can finally finish off this last part of the roof. We can add in some of the roof building blocks. I use the wool and concrete, use whatever you like. On the very left block over there, put down the stripped oak log and cap them both off with the oak slabs. And then we're going to continue this pattern going up, the oak doors and then the oak slabs, just like this. So now your window should look like this, and I add in some fence gates along the sides here, just like this, and I have a row of oak trap doors that goes across it. That's our window. Returning to the interior, let's place down these stripped oak logs just like this to fill this out. I'll come back for texturing later. We're going to put a plank and then 2 stairs, another plank, and then 2 more stairs here. Then we're going to continue the stairs going across. Then we're going to add stairs going up the wall on the second layer here. But we're not going to continue it around like we did on the first layer. In this little hole here, we're going to just fill this in with some stripped oak logs. Then I just fill in this hole with some of the roof building blocks. We can add 1 more row of stairs to cover up these stone bricks in the ceiling right here and give the roof, this attic, a little bit of shape. I pictured this part of the build as like an entryway if you had an elytra, like you can fly in or out here. I started with these stone brick walls, and on top of them I put some fences and then some stairs in this like design, I guess, a stair, then an upside down stair. I put upside down stairs connected to the upside down stairs, if that makes sense, so it looks like this. And then along the sides of these walls we just made, I put some oak trapdoors. And you get like this little doorway that you can fly in and out with your elytra. On top of this window here, we can add a little bit of a design. I put some slabs there and then some fences and trapdoors. Coming around the corner to the front of the build, we're going to put some stone walls up against the edge of the roof here, the trim, and then we're going to connect that with some oak fence gates. Let's return to the balcony now, and I'm going to put down a bunch of temporary blocks, and the reason I'm doing that is because I want like the gating, the fence of the balcony to be trapdoors. So you put down the temporary blocks, you put the trapdoors along the temporary blocks, you break the temporary blocks, and then you close the trapdoors. And then you have a cool looking balcony. Let's come back into the building now on the second floor, and we're going to use white stained glass to fill in each of these windows in this front room. This back room, we're going to put the lower part of each of the windows are going to be yellow stained glass, and the top part is going to be white stained glass. We're doing this to kind of mimic what's going on with the colors in the village across the river. On the first floor, we can fill in the front room with just white stained glass. And then the back room, we're going to do what we just did with the yellow on the bottom and the white on the top. The only window left that we're going to put glass in is going to be the one up here, and I just did all white stained glass. Because the video is getting so long at this point, and because the overall structure of the build is done, I'm going to speed through all the detailing. This is just exterior detailing. I'm just adding like fence gates and trapdoors to windows, a little bit of a trim around the house to add a little bit of depth. We don't want the walls to feel so flat. So these sort of details that add a little bit of depth do a lot for your builds. This back of the build, which is really flat, I do the same sort of trim, but I also add in like a little bit of a face. You can tell the window's going to end up being its mouth. It's going to have little eyebrows with the trapdoors that I put up there. I always say if your base has a face, you're doing great. I like putting faces into my builds. I don't know why, I just think it looks really good. On this part of the builds, I added in a garden, so underneath the porch, so when you leave through the kitchen, you can actually come out into your garden. The front section of it is too high, so those fences are too high so that, you know, if I'm picking potatoes, skeletons can't shoot me. And then I just finish up the trim on this side with a little bit of that detail. This side, I decided to add in another little gated area, and I thought maybe if I had like a cow or a pig, I could put them there. To finish off the video, I can show you what I did for the interior. The front room was kind of like a living room, an entryway. The back room was my kitchen. I always have a kitchen in my builds. I just like the aesthetic. If you go up to the second floor, I put like a little, I guess, an alchemy room. We have the netherwort there and our brewing stand, and then we have our actual bedroom. I also always have a bedroom with a little wardrobe. The top floor is going to be all storage, and this is how I did my storage. I lined this hallway with barrels, and then I put a bunch of chests in this room, and I really like the way that this build came out.